Thank you for that wonderful introduction. I'm going to start by sharing something that I just realized with you, which is that now that I'm up here, I can do what I want. I can't tell you how many weird requests I've gotten this past month for what to put in this speech. Like someone even offered me $50 if I put gibberish in it, and I'm a man of integrity, so of course my response was, yes. Sorry, Miss Evans. You taught me English so well these past 3 years, and this is all I've got to show for it. But you know who you are. I'm going to be waiting for my $50. But seriously, now that I'm up here, I can do what I want. So, you know what I decided to talk about today? Shakespeare. They're actually removing Shakespeare from a lot of English curriculums, which is unfortunate because there is a lot of value in his work. There's a reason it's been around for 500 years. And the essence of my speech today is actually rooted in a quote from, in my opinion, his best play, Hamlet. We know what we are, but know not what we may be. Essentially what that means is that we are individuals free to do what we want, but we're also shaped by our environments and the circumstances we're in. And how those things might shape us, we don't know. I think that this idea really applies to the entire high school experience. Think back to when you first came here. Fresh out of middle school, a wide-eyed grade 9, probably lost in our ridiculous maze of a school, and dealing with the nerves of stepping forth into the unknown world of high school. Think about who you were then and who you are now. Very different, right? Did you anticipate changing in the way you did? I know I didn't. I thought I was gonna wear my bright red ripped jeans for all 4 years of high school. I just can't pull them off anymore. I also literally can't pull them off because they're so tight. Also, rest in peace, my man bone. But honestly, the time we spent together has changed us in ways we may never have thought of. Initially, I came to Cawthra Drama because I wanted to be a rich, famous Hollywood celebrity. I didn't care about the art of acting. But after a year in Mr. Swire's grade 9 drama class, my world tilted on its axis. I saw drama as an art. And 4 years later, I want to do theater, and I want to do film too, but for different reasons. As Hamlet would say, to hold the mirror up to nature. I think that the artistic environment at Cawthra is fed a lot by the regional arts program. We're so fortunate to have had a program like it because it gave us so many opportunities to increase our skill level in our respective arts and express ourselves. Of course, this was only made possible by our incredible teaching staff. Thank you to each and every one of you for providing us with the guidance necessary to grow so much as artists. Cawthra's artistic environment extends far beyond the regional arts program classes, though here's a quick blitz of some of the opportunities, many of which anyone with or without a major could have joined. In plays, the NTS Drama Festival, Mosaics, the Musical, Cruise, Dance Spring Fest, Dance Repertoire, Plain Day, Visual Arts Spring Fest, Music Spring Fest, Sister Season Collage, Under the Spotlight, Boys and Beat, Jazz, Lab, Chamber Choir, Senior Band, Label, Transit. We'll be doing a lot of stuff. Also, rest in peace, Sensation. You know, this year my friend Andrew directed a play for the NTS Drama Festival, and it went on to the highest level of the competition. The convention showcase. And he wasn't even a drama major. I think that speaks to the availability of opportunities for anyone at Cawthra to express what they're passionate about, no matter what their artistic background is. The last thing I'd like to talk about regarding the arts is something near and dear to my heart, a particular spring play. Let's take it back to grade 10. I just read Hamlet, and I thought, hey, this is pretty cool. You know what would be even cooler? If this was a spring play. And then I thought, well, who are the only people in this school that would seriously consider doing Hamlet as a spring play? And of course, I thought of Mr. Swire and Mr. Chalmers. So after a couple of days, I went up to Mr. Swire and I was like, what if we do Hamlet as a spring play next year? And he looked me dead in the eyes and he said, "To do or not to do?" No, he didn't say that. He told me he'd consider it, and that got me excited. I said that I should talk to Mr. Chalmers as well. And I didn't know Mr. Chalmers too well at the time, but regardless, I ran to his portable, I burst open the door, and I was like, "Mr. Chalmers, would you be willing to handle it strictly with Mr. Squire?" And he just looked at me and said, "I'll think about it." And a year later, what do you know? Endless the screenplay. Now, I'm not trying to make it seem like I made it happen, but I made it happen. No, the artistic volition to do it came from Mr. Squire and Mr. Chalmers, and I'm so grateful that I was in the right place and time to have been a part of it. And though it was madness, yet there was method in it. And the months spent working on that play contained some of the fondest memories of my entire life. But enough about arts, let's talk about academics. Yeah! No one's excited, okay. But honestly, Cawthra is a good place to be for a solid academic background. Even if this year, instead of calculus textbooks, we got dancing robots. No, really, it is a good place to be. Even if kids from other schools think we're soft because we're an art school. You know what we should do to those people? Give them a Madian or a Salvaggio thinking question. And they won't say another word. Mostly because they would pass out after seeing the question. You know, when I came here, I really did not like science. But spending just a short time in Ms. Singh's grade 9 science class turned that around. She showed me the creative, interesting side of science, and now I truly enjoy it. I just want to thank all the teaching staff here. You have helped shape us into who we are today. You have given us a very unique foundation, an intermarriage of arts and academics, and that will serve us well in the years to come. Personally, I'm doing a major in computer science, thanks to Mr. Garvin's grade 11 computer science class, but I'm still going to act, and I'm going to use the creative skills I learned here to improve the quality of my computer science work. And I'm sure that all of you will infuse the inspiration that comes with attending the School of the Arts into whatever it is you will be doing in the future. Cawthra's environment is not composed only of arts and academics, though. We have a great athletic environment as well. I still have very fond memories of Mr. Swindle's grade 11 fitness class. And we have a plethora of extracurricular activities as well. Believe me, we have a lot of them. Ultimate Frisbee, cross country, basketball, swimming, skiing, baseball, volleyball, dragon boat, badminton, soccer, fitness club, athletic council, BSA, MSA, CCC, Meet Weed, Breakfast Club, DECA, Tutors, QSA, Student Council, Yearbook, Mock Trial, Debate Club, Neuroscience, Urban Dance, CSE, HSC, 3D Printing, Animation. I do think it's also worth noting that this year some really great social impacts were made. We had the Women in STEM conference that was totally student organized. And Cawthra alone provided more than 500 signatures for a petition against Doug Ford's cuts to autism funding. We raised $7,000 and got 55 boxes full of gifts for the Big Brothers Big Sisters charity. As well, during Relay for Life, Cawthra raised $28,136 for cancer research and treatment. That is incredible. You guys made it happen. I think that speaks to the class of 2019's empathy, passion, and care for the world. Now, before I get into the final part of the speech, I just want to take a moment to thank my family. Thank you, Mom, for supporting me through thick and thin and being my friend. And thank you, Baba, that's my dad. He's sitting halfway across the world right now watching through FaceTime. Thank you for being someone I can look up to and talk to about anything. And thank you to my little brother, he's not here right now, he's with a respite worker. Thank you for teaching me perseverance and empathy. You've all shaped me into who I am today, just as I'm sure everyone here's family has shaped them into who they are too. To all the parents, guardians, friends, and loved ones sitting in this audience right now, thank you for everything you've given us. All right. Talked about art, academics, athletics, extracurricular stuff. What about just general high school experiences? All right, get ready. We're taking a trip. Remember 9 Palooza? or your first ever holiday assembly, the Christmas videos each year. And remember the first day of grade 10 when we had to line up for photos and it was so hot because there was no AC? You know, they just put in AC like a week before we left. Speaking of weak, that's what you become when you drink water that has lead in it. Remember when our water had lead in it? I don't, but that's probably because I drank the water. We're good now though, no more lead. Or just grade 11 and 12 in general, when we were trying to figure out what to do with our futures. There are more university programs on heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. And just hanging out with friends at lunch, and that one spot that's yours, whether it's the front foyer, the caf, or the open area, even if technically we weren't supposed to eat in the open area. And going out with friends at lunch, down to Lakeshore, McDonald's, Popeyes, that bakery, Osmos. I've actually got a bone to pick with Ian Sue. Because he got me addicted to junior chickens from McDonald's. I've never seen anyone so well dressed at McDonald's before, by the way. And my mom is a nutritionist, right? So you can probably imagine how she feels about my junior chicken addiction. Sorry, Mom. You know, Ridley Singh got me hooked on Jamaican patties from that convenience store nearby, what that is, until I ate from Patty's Express, which leads me to my word of advice to all of you going to Ryerson. Go to Patty's Express. It's right next to Ryerson, it's cheap, it's so good. I also beat Jimmy in a patty eating competition there. I just thought I should tell you that. And of course, just 2 weeks ago, we had grad breakfast. And then a few days later, we spent prom, dancing the night away, especially Eunice. All of the experiences I just mentioned, and our time spent together in our classes, our artistic endeavors, the friendships we have fostered, and experiences personal to each of you, everything comes together right here, right now. Because here we are, shaped by the years that we have spent together at Cawthra. Now, we know what we are. But the cycle is about to restart itself as we head down our separate paths. University, college, apprenticeships, gap years, victory laps, work. We're going to change immensely in the years to come. We know not what we may be. And though it may be daunting to step forth into the unknown, you can find comfort in the fact that you know who you are. And while remaining open to change, let that knowledge of yourself guide you along the path to who you may become. Now go and inspire the world with your passion. Congratulations, Cawthra class of 2019. Thank you.